All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, episode number 18 of...
Hey, is it always this cold in Buffalo?
And we have a special guest here. Not the guru. Who do we have here today? Introduce?
It's fucking cold in Buffalo. You know who we got today.
Tell them who you are.
Bill Belichick, and I'm getting my ass kicked over here.
It's a pretty cold one in Buffalo, isn't it?
Holy shit. It's never this cold in Foxborough, I'll tell you that right now.
So before we dive into the fun stuff here, ladies and gentlemen...
Halftime, how many points we got? Three? Holy 27 to 3? You're out of your mind. Hold on a second. Hey, Julian. Yeah, you want a job? We need you for the second half. What do you mean you're in Punta Cana? Fuck! Son of a bitch.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have Bill Belichick here, who took an astronomical ass-whooping against the Buffalo Bills. In Buffalo. Bill, how
Come on, Mac. What the fuck's your problem?
Bill, how cold was it?
It's fucking colder than a witch's tit, I'll tell you that, man.
Do you wish you had Tom Brady?
Holy who?
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom. Let me call Tommy up. Maybe he... Oh, wait, that's right. He went down to Tampa. Son of a bitch. God damn it. Wait. Who was that other... Oh, yeah. Hey, Gronk. Yeah, you want to... What do you mean you're in Tampa? Son of a bitch. I don't know what to do. Get this fucking game over with.
Well, I know one thing you can do is fucking get a trip to Punta Cana yourself, because guess what? You got bounced out, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I think I got to book one too, because it's fucking cold up here.
Or are you going to go in an early retirement now?
No. I still got some business to do with Mackie.
Okay.
So, yeah. Just get this fucking season over with. I'm freezing.
All right, there we go.
I need to go home to my dog.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Belichick here. Freezing his ass off into the off season. Of course, they got their ass kicked by the Bills. After a...
What do you mean throw the challenge flag? I ain't got time for that. Just get the fucking game over. Sorry.
No, you're good, Bill. You're all good, Bill. It is on par though that Bill got his ass kicked by the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills kicked Billy's ass.
So
you ain't kidding.
So that is our special guest here of the week here on the fifth quarter. We got Bill Belichick right here to my left, of course. John, he's on a mission right now to get some stuff done, so he'll be back for the championship series, which is next week, which is going to be interesting, of course. Bill, we have a pretty interesting divisional round to go over, don't you think?
Yeah, we do. I really like the Patriots. Oh, wait, fuck, we ain't even in there. Oh, God.
All right, so Bill is our special guest of the week here. Bill, obviously, like we said, it was an ass kicking you took. But let's look on now. Let's look on to the divisional round. Why not here? We got a lot of games, a lot of people to talk over. So let's start off with the first game that is coming this Saturday. We got two games this Saturday. Two this Saturday, and then two on Sunday. Jeez, I put up the threes there. Let's start off with Bengals versus Titans. Why not? Which team do you want to kind of pinpoint first?
Well, maybe we should have took that Burrow kid, huh?
Well, you weren't the number one overall, so you couldn't have gotten him.
Think he's better than Mac?
I would say that, without a doubt. But let's talk about Burrow there. Bengals coming off a win against the Raiders here. 26-19, if I remember it correctly, was the final score. Heading into this upcoming Saturday game against who is the number one seed in the AFC. They're coming off a bye with potentially a return by Derrick Henry. At the time that we're recording this, it is Thursday. Mike Vrabel said he'll make his decision by Friday. So tomorrow we'll know if Derrick Henry is returning or not. As of right now, I think we're going to go off the limb that he is, especially not Bill, but the individual behind the mask here, the guru, did say a while back that Derrick Henry is waiting, don't you think?
I think they're going to hang on to him. Hell, if he was on my team, I wouldn't tell him that he's coming out. But, yeah, I think he might be ready to play, but Vrabel's smart. Vrabel used to be with me. Yeah. So he's smart like I am. And I think he's just holding out. We're going to see at game time whether he's going to play, and he's just going to surprise the fuck out of everybody and Joe Burrow if he plays. But I think he's going to be ready to go.
What do you think is more pivotal in this game for either team? Do you think it's Derrick Henry's return? Because I think I think we've all kind of said that Titans, they're good for what they are, but without Derrick Henry, that's like losing about 2/3 of the team there.
Oh yeah, that run game is the big part of their production over there, and we'll see if Joe Burrow. He didn't. If Derrick Henry plays, now that defense in Cincinnati is going to face that run game like they haven't faced last week. So.
Oh no, definitely not. But do you think which is more pivotal? Derrick Henry's return or Joe Burrow to continue his dominance?
I think it's going to be Joe Burrow because the Titans have been there. This is Joey's. Joey's got more or just as many wins as Matt Stafford now. So he's going for his second one, and he's 12 years younger than him probably.
It probably is.
But he's going for his second one, and he got the first one out of the way. Now he's going deeper in the playoffs. He's going to see that pressure. The Titans have been here. They know what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's going to have to up his game. They're going to have to keep scoring points. Him, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, that whole receiving corps is going to have to really step it up and keep it going. But the kid's riding high right now. He's playing really good ball. But, the Titans now, the Titans have been well rested. Sometimes that plays against you. Maybe these guys are too rested, Usually guys that go week after week after week, they're into it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup and see what happens.
Obviously, we'll be getting into some picks later on in the day, but in terms of the bracket, we're not going to dissect how our brackets look, as of last week. If you want to know what our brackets look like, go check out episode 17 of the fifth quarter. But Guru Belichick, that's what I'm going to be calling you this episode here.
All right.
Who comes out as the winner? You have Bengals in the AFC champion. I guess you have them in the fucking Super Bowl. Do you still stand with that after last week?
I'm going to roll with the Bengals. I really like what they're doing. I like Joe Burrow. They're playing good ball, and I think they're going to steal one from the Titans. But is it really a steal? They're playing good ball. They're a contending team.
I mean, I said even though I think they have a lot to finish up in their, I would say they have a short-lived rebuild. Their rebuild kind of sped up fast due to Joe Cool being on their team here.
Right.
But no, I would definitely say that I wouldn't consider it a steal. I don't consider Cincinnati a Cinderella team making a Cinderella run. I think it's just they're playing phenomenal ball with a phenomenal team right now.
Yeah, and he's going to face that Titans defense too, so that offensive line is going to step up their game and protect their quarterback. If the Titans defense can get to the quarterback and give Joe Burrow trouble, try to knock him off his game, that now we might be talking about a different game here. So they just got to keep playing the way they're playing, and I think they'll be all right. But I think it's going to be a close game, but actually I like that plus 3.5 because if it comes down to a field goal, you're a winner. So
that is true.
That's where I'm going.
So let's transition over to the Saturday night game. 49ers heading into chilly Lambeau. Kind of a cold weather experience that you dealt with.
Yeah, I'm ready too.
You're ready?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the game just like this. But I'm going to put a couple extra fucking jackets on because it gets cold up in Lambeau.
So obviously last week, let's talk about the Niners though. So you and we ran high on the Niners. John not that much. He thinks it was the Cowboys, time to shine there.
Yeah, well.
We watched the game from start to finish. Chaotic matchup here. Let's kind of wean off from the 49ers. Let's talk about them Cowboys, them boys down south.
I love it.
Do you think...
I love it a lot.
So ever since that game, Dak Prescott has come out and the players have blamed the ref. Mike McCarthy has came out and blamed the players for not being too ready, not too focused. He said before the game they're all nervous. Where do you think Dallas should kind of focus on this offseason on getting it right? Because in my opinion, and listen, I'm not a GM, I'm not an owner, I'm a fan at the end of the day, but I have a pretty good knowledge that if the players are saying it was the ref's fault on losing, and you have the head coach saying it was the players' fault, it's a little bit of a dysfunctional organization right now. Where do you think they should focus on and kind of get shit rolling again?
I think Mike McCarthy's got to get his shit together.
Agreed.
Or else he's going to be out of Dallas. But you look at the players are saying one thing, the coach is saying another thing, the fans are throwing things at the players when they're walking off the field.
Allegedly, it was actually to the refs. The refs were walking at the same time.
All right, refs, players, whatever, I don't know. But then they're fighting in the parking lot. Yeah, Dallas is fucking in disarray. However, McCarthy's got to step up his game. They still got a good core there. Okay, and, it is the playoffs. You're not going to win them all.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had them picked, but, when you come down and don't know that it's the ref's job to spot the ball, and you think you're going to get away with one, what the fuck is that? You got to know the rules. You got to know how to play.
Yeah, and
he ran too much time off the clock. If he would have waited, spiked that ball, then it could have been a different outcome.
The thing that I can't necessarily wrap my head around is after Mike McCarthy, when they asked him, because of course if you watch the game, it all ended on Dak Prescott running for about like nearly 20 yards, like Belichick Guru said here. They thought they didn't have to spot the ball. They thought they could just pick it up, spike it, and then the ref came in and kind of, made things frazzled, and then obviously play clock ended right there. Mike McCarthy said that was their scheme right there. He said that they practiced that play, a QB draw, to get a couple yards and secure it, knowing the timeout wasn't accessible there. I think no matter what, don't get me wrong, the Cowboys didn't hold the lead once in that game. So the players, they didn't do well. I think a lot of the blame has to be placed on Mike McCarthy for calling that play, because allegedly it did come down to Kellen Moore recommended the play and Mike McCarthy greenlit it.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of, people at fault there in the Dallas organization after that. But I think at the end of the day, Mike McCarthy, the seat's hot heading into this offseason.
I think the seat's hot too.
I think
because even though you practice that play, and I get the play, okay, we've done it up in Foxborough before, but we've done it perfect because we're always perfect in Foxborough. But you got to give yourself enough time when you're running the ball down, so you have time for the ref to reset that ball, and then you can kill it.
Mm-hmm.
That's his problem. He ran too far, wasn't paying attention to the clock, didn't leave himself enough time, end the game.
Yeah.
But when I had Tommy and everybody, boy, we ran that perfectly when we had to do it. We were perfect.
And Tommy's not that much of a runner too.
No, he'd get 5 yards, but we'd already be down to the 20. So what the fuck is 5 yards?
Yeah.
It wouldn't make a difference.
So we want to touch base on the Cowboys there because that will be interesting. Even more interesting once the offseason comes because, like I said, I think the seat's hot, and I think it's the beginning of the larger picture that we'll be seeing this offseason. So let's bounce back to the Niners here. Niners versus Packers. Niners, they played stout that whole game. Jimmy G choked a little bit at the end there, as per usual there. The loss of Joey Bosa and Fred Warner, as of right now, I don't know if they're playing come time Saturday.
That's going to be key.
I think that's the biggest key for them to take down Green Bay because, and we'll get into Green Bay in a minute on what we think their keys are to take down the Niners. For me, the Niners, they got to run the ball because, like I told you off air, the last 12 games that they've played in the playoffs, the 49ers, they've ran for like 120 plus each game. And they've been successful in most of those.
They have. They're running against a lot of different teams.
And remind you, last time the Packers played, Raheem played the Niners in the NFC Championship game back in 2020. The year was. Raheem Morris had 230-some rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. Jimmy G only threw the ball 4 times.
And if you can do that, that's okay because you take that pressure off your quarterback. Let's go back to Jimmy G. Jimmy G's not an elite quarterback. He's a decent quarterback.
Agreed.
Okay? That's why I got him the fuck out of Dodge up there in Foxborough, But I could see it coming. Because I'm great like that. But anyway, Jimmy G, if he does enough to keep it going, make some scores, but he counts on that defense and he counts on that run game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he counts on Deebo Samuel. And I might even offer up a trade, Jacoby Myers or something, and throw around a couple fucking draft picks for that guy because he can run his fucking dick off.
Might I say though, Billy, you passed up on Deebo Samuel in the draft for one of those wide receivers that are sorry as fuck.
No, fucking Robert passed up on that. I wanted to kick his fucking ass because I told him to take him, and he kept threatening my job. But I'm not going to punch the old guy. He fucking signs those big paychecks, so I had to take it easy on him. But no, if they can establish that run game, and Jimmy G can do enough, because Jimmy G, one of his problems in the second half, he can't finish. He doesn't keep that momentum going. Mm-hmm. Okay, you see they do a lot of their scoring.
He gets nervous.
They get a lot of their scoring, and then when it's a close game, getting the third, getting into the fourth quarter, especially if he's down 3 or up 3, he gets that nervous because the other team's starting to play better, and they're getting more defensive pressure on him, and then that's when he kind of falls apart. They need to play a complete game to beat the Packers because we know what the Packers is going to give them.
Oh yeah,
they're going to give them a fight.
Oh yeah,
and the Packers, like you noted, if the Packers get up early, and San Francisco gets behind, they might be in trouble.
Oh yeah,
into that second
because
half.
in Aaron Rodgers' tenure as a Green Bay Packer in the playoffs, they're 11-9, and I forgot other stats as well. But it's like when they're down after the first quarter, they have a losing record. When they're down more than 6 at halftime, I think they're 1-7 if I remember that correctly.
Right.
And like you said earlier with the Titans, granted, I think Packers and Titans are in 2 different levels this season based on where they're at. Obviously, Packers higher up on the hierarchy, Titans, in the middle, I would say. But that bye week, say, if Aaron Rodgers, just needs to work out the kinks there, it might be a little bit late by then, necessarily. And we've seen that, I feel like, all the time to where it's Aaron Rodgers playing from behind. And granted, he is phenomenal from doing that. He's a phenomenal comeback player. But I think that the run game is key, and I think if Bosa and Warner are healthy, watch out, Green Bay. This is a game where I'll put upset alert. I'll put the official upset alert.
If there's going to be an upset, this is going to be one of them right here.
Mm-hmm.
But the key is Warner and Bosa. I hope they're playing in that game, because if they're missing them 2 in that game, that defense has really got to step up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that team's, it's not like when Peyton won his second one, and he had that great Denver defense, and he can do just enough and let that defense carry him.
Mm-hmm.
This team, all aspects of this team have to play good. They got a good running game. You got to get some yardage in the passing game, and that defense has got to play. It's got to be a complete effort if you want to beat the Green Bay Packers.
And it doesn't help as well that the Packers are kind of fully healthy now. They're kind of all good.
They are, and they're going to be well rested.
Yeah.
And I talked to Aaron the other day. He says his fucking foot feels really great, so I think he'll be all right. And he doesn't have COVID.
Doesn't have COVID?
No, he's giving himself a test like twice a day, so he's good.
Okay.
Plus, he's taking that remdesivir that Joe Rogan told him to take, so he says he's feeling really good.
So moving on.
I might try it.
Wouldn't recommend.
Hold on. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, so moving on now. Let's go to the Sunday. Well, first off, since I said...
Hold on, I got to text Aaron. Yep, he's still got some left. He's going to ship it over. Okay.
So 49ers,
Awesome.
Packers, we both said that's an upset alert game. Who do you think comes out on top, though? Not including the spread. We'll get to the spread.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at the spread on this. I'm going to say I hope the 49ers can keep it close, but I think Green Bay's going to come out on top just because they're at home, and it's Aaron Rodgers, and they're going to be ready to play. They're healthy.
Even though Aaron Rodgers is 0-3 in his lifetime against the Niners in the playoffs?
I'm not going to go play stats. I'm just going to look at these two teams, what I've seen this year.
I'll give you that.
I'm not going to play the analytics game.
I'll give you that.
All right? Billy don't play analytics up in Foxborough. You know that.
I respect that. You're old-timer.
We just know how to pick all the good players.
Not when it comes to wide receivers in the draft.
Where do we pick Tommy at?
That's the only good pick you've had, that and Gronk. Aaron Hernandez I'll give
But
you.
you traded for Gronk.
What happened with Aaron Hernandez? Yeah.
Hey, I didn't know he was a gangbanger. That ain't my fucking fault. The guy can catch a football. That's all I care about.
All right.
If you can get away with murder, we'll still let you catch a football.
Rago, we do not condone the acts of that.
We do not condone the acts of murder. But
yes, we do not. We'll move off. We'll move on from that. We got a little. We'll cut that out. So let's move on to Sunday slate of games now. My Los Angeles Rams, they did it. Matthew Stafford did it. Even though he doesn't give a fuck, like he said, he doesn't care that he got his first playoff game. He just wants to win in general. They're going up against the GOAT, Tom Brady. You can never really, count him out or whatever. This is kind of...
Who? Who are they playing against?
Your boy, Tom Brady.
Oh, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah, the reason why you're a relevant coach, in my opinion.
Oh wait, we don't have him anymore.
You don't, because you didn't want to help him out. You didn't want to give him good wide receivers.
Wasn't my money.
So Rams versus Bucks. I think so. First off, Bucks you kick the fuck out of the Eagles. All right, it's the Eagles at the end of the day.
It's
this
the
season.
Eagles. They suck.
So that is what it is. We'll say a lot of injuries, though, especially to Tristan Wirfs, #1 rated left guard or whatever the fuck he is. He's injured heading into it. No Chris Godwin, no Antonio Brown, of course. Mike Evans is dealing with a hamstring injury still a little bit. The defense is still a little bit banged up. Leonard Fournette might be back, but not Ronald Jones, so you won't have a complete backfield there. And you're going against a Rams team to where last week, it wasn't. Listen here, even though all eyes were on Matthew Stafford last week, I think it was a game where when you look at it, the Rams won as a whole. It wasn't one player, it was everybody. The defense played stout. Granted, Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury, they don't know the fuck the playoffs are yet. They got a rude awakening from it, would say.
He better watch out for his job, too.
Who, Cliff?
Yeah.
We'll get on that in the offseason because I got some interesting takes on that. But in this game, so here, this is up against the guy that you won many rings with. So break down this game for me.
All right. First off, you got the Rams. On paper and on the field, they're a great team. Aaron Donald, that whole defensive core, they're fucking badass. Mm-hmm. Okay? On the other side, you got a depleted Cardinals team.
Oh, we're talking about last week's game? I'm
talking about last week's game
right now. Okay, last week's game. All right, there we go.
All right, so, yeah, the Rams came out on top. Matt Stafford got his first win. Congratulations, Stafford. But they didn't play a very good team.
They didn't. I'll agree with that.
Because Arizona always fizzles out at the end of the season.
Agreed.
So they did what they. If we're talking about a 3 and 7 point game, now we got fucking issues with the Rams. But they beat the shit out of them pretty good, like they're supposed to.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Now going to Tampa Bay, you got a different team. However, they're a little bit depleted too, but somehow they keep winning, and they got that quarterback over there. Yeah. And that tight end down there. Mm-hmm. Them two guys are badass. I know a little bit about them. So, even though Evans, he'll play through that injury, Godwin's going to be out, but they'll have another receiver step up. It's going to be a test for the Rams. If the Rams can go down to Tampa Bay and they beat that team, and Matthew Stafford beats Tom Brady, then them Rams are cooking. They're looking good. Mm-hmm. But they're going to have to play a complete game also. Mm-hmm. We know the defenses can do it. Okay? We know Stafford can do it. But you can't turn over the ball.
And to add on to that, because I think...
And he did not turn over the ball in Arizona.
He didn't, but granted, not many pass attempts, only 17.
Right, they had that run game. And now if they can establish that run game against Tampa Bay, because you can run against that team.
And it's funny that you say it, because I think that's the most crucial part, because last week they had about 140 rushing yards, whereas in the past couple weeks, they were averaging about 60 a game. Granted, Cam Akers is back. He's a good threat. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball, of course. So I think this Rams team as a whole reminds me of the Bucs from last year in a way. A little bit depleted to start off. Couldn't really get the right footing. Just a new team overall. Got a lot of in-season acquisition pieces.
Right.
And now that playoffs are coming, they're kind of, they're kind of clicking. But granted, I will say, the run scheme, I think, is huge on their end for the Rams to take down the Bucs. But the X factor in it is Matthew Stafford is, of course, going to throw the ball. He's going to throw it more than 17 times. We know that for a fact. Can he do it? Can he throw for, let's say he throws for 30? Those extra 13 passes, how many of those can you not have be interceptions? Because, obviously we all know the elephant in the room with Stafford right now is his plethora of interceptions the past couple weeks.
Right. He can't throw those interceptions because a lot of his interceptions were pick sixes, for one.
Agreed.
You can't turn the ball over against the Bucs because they're going to make you pay for it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if he can play that game, if they can establish that run game where he don't have to pass as much, just like he did in Arizona, it's going to take the pressure off him. And statistically, he's got lesser chance to throw that interception. But he cannot turn the ball over because I think it might come down to turnovers in this game. I think this is going to be a close one. The Tampa Bay keeps it close, but I think the Rams are going to come out on top. I think they might steal one here.
I think so as well. And in all honesty, a lot of people are saying, like we said, I think the only game that we can really label as an upset alert is the Niners up against the Packers. That's about it. A lot of people have been saying Rams versus Bucs. I don't think so because I think when you break it down like you just did, you have a depleted Bucs team against a Rams team.
Excuse me for a second. Yeah, McVay. Yeah, has your girlfriend got any sisters? Really? All right, give me a call tomorrow. We'll talk about it. Sean
McVay on the line.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Go ahead.
Good. Tell Sean I said what's up though.
I will.
I got you.
Talk to him tomorrow.
But no, like the way you broke it down, I think that proves that this game, it's like people might be thinking, yeah, it's the Bucs, and at the end of the day, I bet against the GOAT, Tom Brady. Never do that, but I think this is one to where I think the Rams are doing it.
And you got Cam Akers back, he came in the league this second year, sophomore season. He's injured the first year, so he hasn't really got a chance to play.
He's been injured all year. Came back literally 2 weeks ago.
Right. So now he gets his chance to play. This kid's been wanting to play. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So he's hyped up to play. He's hyped up to show it because he hasn't really shown what he can do.
Agreed.
If you look at it overall. So there you got what I call the hungry running back factor.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's going to want to put some yards, and if he can get some yards on the ground and take away from that, they have to pass so much. That's going to be a big part of it. And they got that other guy. I had him for a while. That's Sony Michel.
Yeah,
remember him?
He's doing pretty well too.
Yeah.
And
you get those two running their ass off.
I will say though, it's funny you say that and you label it as the hungry running back because, like I say, the comparisons between this Rams team and the Bucs team of last year. Let's remember Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette was in Jacksonville. A lot of, dysfunctional between him and the organization. He got picked up by Tampa Bay, dealt with a couple injuries, but once he came in the playoffs, he was playoff Lenny for crying out loud. Dude was fucking running around like a monster.
And, a lot of them, especially Leonard, you're getting later years of your career. If you can get with a team like that, you run your ass off in the playoffs, you prove, hey, I still got it. Bam, they might sign you to another year and you get another contract. You're not out there looking for a job, they're just using you.
I would agree on that.
So that goes back to the hungry running back.
So you think Rams are taking it or your boy Brady?
Well, we're going to see about the pick.
No line. Right now,
no line?
Where do you see him taking it just straight up? No lines at all. Just who do you have winning this game?
This is a tough one.
I got Rams, of course. And that
I know who you got.
Bias added in, but I think if I wasn't a Rams fan, I would take the Rams. Let me put it that way.
Well, I think in the beginning of this year I picked the Bucs to go to the Super Bowl.
You did.
Okay.
And you have them winning it all.
And I said, watch out for the 49ers. But now, as the season progressed, like we always said, we got to wait and see what these teams do.
In your bracket, you have those two teams in the NFC Championship game.
With that defense of the Rams, I don't want to. It's tough to bet against Brady. But I think the Rams are going to squeak one out.
I think so as well.
I think it could come down to a field goal, maybe going to overtime possibly, but I think the Rams are going to be on top.
I think so as well. And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, to complete with the preview round for the divisional round, with which we think is game of the week, Bills versus Chiefs, with a live implication on the line.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish it up, of course, with our picks. Stay tuned.
I'd trade for either one of them quarterbacks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, me and Belichick Guru, we're back to complete the preview of the divisional round. We got one more game left, Sunday night. Bills versus Chiefs.
Huge. Biggest game on the slate.
I would agree with that.
Biggest game on the slate.
So before we got this episode rolling and recording,
where's your thermostat at? Can you turn the heat up?
The heat does need to be turned up realistically in this house. That is, on a real note, that is very true though. Before we sat down to record this, we kind of just went over the little tidbits that we were going to talk about, and we said when it comes to this Bills and Chiefs game, it's kind of, I would definitely say, because obviously Mahomes and Allen, their careers are still very young for what they are. It's a premature legacy battle, I would say, on where it's at. And to kind of explain it to the viewers, for the Chiefs, Patty is kind of, would you say he's in the middle of building a dynasty? Trying to, not building, but trying to confirm one, necessarily.
Yeah, a team that can not only can go to the playoffs, but kind of like a team like my team.
You guys are actually the only people that have
We're always
dynasties.
in the playoffs.
The last two dynasties ever have been you guys.
I could get a high school kid quarterback come over here. We'll get him in the playoffs
Arch
for sure.
Manning?
I'd love to get that kid. But, yeah, you got two young quarterbacks. The Chiefs are, trying to be that team where you always get in the playoffs. And, Super Bowl appearance every
Super
other
Bowl
year,
wins.
once every 3 years.
You got to get the wins, though.
But, you got to start with the appearance. You got to get there first, kid.
That's 2 and 3 years. They already have 2 and 3 years.
You know how hard it is to win a AFC Championship game?
You make it look easy, though.
Well, because I'm Bill Belichick, and everything's easy to me. I got the perfect life, and I'm great. But, plus I had the best quarterback ever.
That is true.
But yeah, if the Chiefs could get a little bit more like the Patriots, where they go there often, get that second one, get that third one, get multiple rings and fall in that category, that's what this team's about. That's what they want to do. You got two young quarterbacks, okay? Now the Bills, They're always, they're making the playoffs now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect game right here. If you want to take that next step, you got to beat the best.
Mm-hmm.
How they say, like they used to have to beat us.
Yeah.
Well, now you got to beat the Chiefs
Mm-hmm.
if you want to get there. And this is important for Josh Allen. If he can go into Arrowhead and win that game, that's what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And this is a perfect game, perfect matchup right here. These two young stud quarterbacks. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. But like you say, they got on the one side, if you want to take that next step, you got to beat this team. On the other side, if you want to try to maintain a dynasty and create a dynasty over there in Kansas City, you got to win that game. They're playing for different reasons.
Oh, I would agree with that, and I feel like, especially in the AFC as a whole, NFC has good talent. NFC has good kind of proven talent, I would say, at quarterback. Same with AFC, but still very young. Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, Herbert, Burrow.
Correct.
And and with time passing on, who knows if we're going to get a couple more down the road. And you could throw in a couple names as well, but in terms of young talent, those are the 5 that stand out necessarily.
Yeah, now you take on the other hand, you got Aaron Rodgers, Matt Stafford. This is his 13th year.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, see, there's something to that TB12. I've been starting to take it, and everybody's telling me every day, Bill, you look a little younger. You look a little younger. I think the guy's found a fountain of youth with that shit because is he pushing 50 and he's still going to be in the league?
44 this year.
Oh, man, I don't know how he does it.
How's the TB? Is it good for your joints?
Oh, it is. I'm benching 250 now. But, yeah, you got all the older guys on the NFC, and now you got this new crop of these young talent,
Mm-hmm.
and the cream rises to the top in the AFC.
And I feel like the debate for Josh Allen, I definitely agree. And watching Speak for Yourself today on Fox Sports, Emmanuel Acho said it best. This game for Josh Allen is to either become the Peyton Manning of this era, or because I think it's safe to say that within the AFC right now, Mahomes is the Brady. All right, you got to get past him. The Chiefs are the new Patriots, I would say.
Correct.
Still have a way to go, of course, but they are what they are right now. Emmanuel Acho said...
Not for long.
We'll see. But
Try
Emmanuel Acho said it best. He said, you either become Peyton Manning if you're Josh Allen, or you become Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers was the guy that when he made the playoffs, he would get his ass kicked by the big boys. And then we'll see you next year, Phillip. Go tell your 16 children hello while
I'll just say, I heard he had another kid.
Did he actually?
No, that's a joke, though. I wouldn't doubt it. He'll probably have twins.
But no.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. I like that.
Oh, no, yeah.
Manning or Phillip Rivers. It's true.
And at the same time as well, you got to look at it. Joe Burrow, in his second year, he's in the same round as you. Justin Herbert, granted, almost made the playoffs this year, for crying out loud. And obviously, he's been breaking records left and right within his first 2 seasons. And obviously, Lamar Jackson, they didn't make the playoffs, but he's already got an MVP. Obviously, highly ranked and stuff when it comes to the quarterbacks. So I think this is, no matter what, the biggest game of the weekend. I think in terms of legacy, it'll have the most impact on it. Mm-hmm. Granted, still a lot of time in their respective careers, but it wouldn't look good if you're Josh Allen and you lost in the AFC Championship last year against them and you lost to them in the divisional round this year.
Right, he's going for redemption and he's going for early. Now let me ask you this question, and I think your answer is going to be the same as mine. Which quarterback's got the most pressure on him?
Mahomes.
No. You think Mahomes?
Because I think there's pressure on both, but I think there's more pressure on Mahomes because he's already in the midst of a dynasty. He already got the ring. Now the next question comes, get the other one. Because listen here, I think Chiefs have 1 or 2 routes with the way this team can go. They can either go the Bill Belichick and the Patriots route, becoming a dynasty, or the Seattle Seahawks route. When we all thought in those early Russell Wilson years, they're going to be a dynasty. They made it to 2 Super Bowls, playoffs, never done anything.
And I know
since.
it's a tough question because, there's pressure on both of them for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick one, I might lean towards Josh Allen. Just for the fact that the Bills this is the team the Bills got to beat. They lost last year. Here's your next chance. And you don't want to be the Bills of the early 90s.
And I will say the thing that helped them, though, is that the Bills did beat the shit out of the Chiefs earlier this season. And they played very well. And I will say, I try not to be as superstitious as ever, but I'm pretty sure if I have it correct, in terms of repeat games from a championship game from the year prior, the next upcoming year when they face in the playoffs again, the losing team is undefeated. So history is on the Bills' side right now.
Yep.
But yet again, the history of the Bills, do you ever want that to be on your side at the end of the day, the Bills curse or whatever? So, no, yeah, I think no matter what, winner of this game in terms of QB and team in general, because I think the Bills as a whole, they're ready to just they're ready to be the Bills. They're ready to go back, get a ring for once.
It's going to be a good game. You got two good ball clubs, but,
Who do you think takes it? Not looking at the spreads. Of course, we'll get into spreads in a moment here, but base value, who do you think comes out on top?
I'm gonna say the Chiefs.
I think Chiefs as well.
They got home field advantage. Mm-hmm. It's going to be cold in Kansas City.
It will be. But cold
not as cold as in Buffalo.
Cold, yeah, never means shit for Buffalo, though.
No, that doesn't mean nothing.
And I will say, one thing I feel like helps this...
What, are you trying to get a dig in there?
A little bit.
All right, be nice.
And I will say, though, one thing I think helps out both teams heading into it, and where I feel like there's a lot of hype surrounding it, is, and no offense, because it was against your team, the Bills did, but both teams kicked the other teams they versed ass. So it's like, Patty and Josh Allen put up phenomenal stat lines, so it's like, we know what you're capable of. Now do it against each other. Let's see what happens.
We beat them first.
You did.
By 3.
You beat both teams first.
Yeah.
The last time you won a ring, you beat the Chiefs to get into the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Flawed overtime rules. But
watch how you talk about ass
topic for another day.
We're the first one to beat the Bills this year before they beat us.
That is the truth. That is the truth. But you guys fell off towards the end. No offense. With that being said, though, let's dive into the divisional round picks. Last week, when it came to the wild card round, I went 6-0. So if I parlayed it, I probably would have made $700, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kind of pissed off by that. Is what it is, though. The Guru and John, they both finished 4-2.
4-2.
So no matter what, still good. I feel like with lesser games, it's a lot easier to pick. And last week, too, there was only 2 really close games. The others were all blowouts, so we kind of knew what wild card weekend was going to be about.
Right.
But with that being said, I got John's picks right here. Let's get into them. Let's start off with the first game on Saturday. Bengals heading into Tennessee. The line is favored for the Titans at -3.5 right here. John and I, we're both
just drawing up a play. Go ahead.
Go for it. John and I, we're going with Bengals +3.5. I have Bengals going to the AFC Championship game, so I'm still trying to stay as true to that. And John, he is on the Joe Burrow Bengals hype train, as we all been all season long. Guru, Belichick Guru, my apologies there. Who you got? Who you taking? Oh, dear God.
Can I show him this play? Or no?
Fucker.
Right. This guy goes here, the running back comes around here, and then you do a sweep left right over here, and this is where you're going to hit fucking my pen. This is how we're going to line up.
For the sole reason, I don't know if there's any children that watch this show.
You don't like that play?
I love the play, don't get me wrong, but for the sake that there's children there, we'll tell the viewers what it is. If you're a child under the age of...
We'll just leave it at that. I'll take Bengals
we'll leave it at that.
Bengals +3.5.
We'll leave it at that. We'll show that one day. We'll show that one day what the play was, no matter what.
All right.
So Bengals 3.5, sweep all across the board here. Heading into the Saturday night game, upset alert game, we have the 49ers heading into Green Bay in the Lambeau. Packers are favored -6. John, we're not shocked. It's taking Green Bay -6.
Well, you know that. He's been on that train all year long, and I don't blame him. That's a great team.
I will say, out of all of our predictions, I'm proud that I feel like John had the easiest one, because I feel like betting Aaron Rodgers to go far is an easy one to do in general. But I'm proud of John for sticking true to his bet all year long.
When do they play, Saturday?
They do. They play Saturday night. So how's it looking in terms of weather?
5 degrees. Pulling up my weather bug. It's going to be 5 degrees.
5 degrees, ladies and gentlemen.
Good thing I'll be sitting in a suite for that one, because I ain't going to freeze my dick off again.
So John has Green Bay -6. I don't have anything, because this was the only game we're heading into it. I'm worried. Yet again, I don't know the fate of Bosa or Warner. Last I checked, they're both been kind of trying to get it going. Warner's got the ankle. Bosa with the head injury here.
Could this be one that you change your pick if you see the injury report? Do you think it matters that much to you in your pick?
I don't. Because no matter what, I'm taking Niners +6. I like the matchup. Niners against Green Bay historically doesn't favor them at all. Aaron Rodgers, and someone said it best here. Don't go on. Aaron is Aaron, but when you give an old and no slander to the people who are a little up there in age there, but someone said it best on one of the Talk Sports shows. They said, let it give that rest, give that bye week to a young guy. They're ready to get back to. Let's get it. Give it to an old guy who's got some miles on him. He's gonna take a little bit to get up. He's like, all right, let's go. Let me stretch a little bit before. I think Niners, no matter what, don't get me wrong, the defense is key. If Warner and Bosa are not there, they're fucked. But I think that running game is going to do something. And I think the Niners, listen here, +6 in general, I think that's going to cover. I think it's going to be a close game, but I hope Niners win this. Guru, who you got? Belichick Guru, my apologies.
Hold on, I'm just checking what the win chill is going to be. You got wins 5-10 out of the West. Oh, boy. This is a tough one, man.
It is a tough one. I think it's the biggest tough one out of them all.
You're going Niners, and I said it all year long. Or at the beginning of the year, I said, watch out for those Niners.
You did.
I just don't like how close that game was. It came down in Dallas. Mm-hmm. I don't like how that finished because they almost lost that. They could have lost that game.
Could have. Jimmy G with that interception handed them, and that fucked up. And when he hiked the ball before Trent Williams was set, and that fucked up. Jimmy G gave them the ball twice to come back.
Penalties were crazy.
Penalties.
They cannot take them penalties in this game. You cannot give Green Bay free yards.
You cannot.
But it's in Green Bay. It's Lambeau. They're coming off that bye. Give me the Packers -6.
Heading into the Sunday slate of games, start off with the first one. Rams at Bucks. Bucks are favored -3. Per usual, John, he's taking the Bucks. Your old boy, Brady, -3. I think we all know where I stand. Rams +3, of course. I think no matter what, they're winning this game. They're winning it all, matter of fact. Who you taking?
Winning it all?
Yes. Who you taking?
No, look at this. You got Jimmy G. You got Tom Brady. It's all my old quarterbacks.
It is.
That's like, they're playing with my hand-me-downs, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's kind of like sloppy seconds, isn't it?
A little bit.
Really sloppy seconds. Maybe we're going to do a show on that. Oh, boy. Too bad Lamar Jackson wasn't in here either. Wait. No, it's that other guy, Cam Newton. I'm getting them mixed up now.
Oh, yeah, Cam Newton.
Wouldn't that be something? Then I'd have 3.
Yeah.
Boy, who knows how to spawn quarterbacks, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Bucks, Rams +3. If it comes down to a field goal, I'd rather see a 3.5. With all due respect, I love Tom. He gave us some great years. We had a good, hell of a run. Probably the best run in NFL history, wouldn't you think?
It is the greatest.
I'm probably the greatest coach, and he's the greatest quarterback, huh?
Agreed.
And Gronk's the greatest tight end.
Agreed.
And Robert Kraft, he's greatest at getting massages. But let's see. I can't go against my boy. I'm gonna do Bucks -3.
All right.
They're at home. I like it. I can't, because you know what? If I go on air, Rams +3. Fucking the headset's gonna be blowing up. This is gonna be blowing up. Coach, what the fuck you doing? And I'll be like, I'm not your coach anymore. Go talk to Bruce. So I can't go against my boys. I hope they win one. Let's go.
So to close it out, Bills at Chiefs, of course. Chiefs favored by -2. John,
what kind of line is this? Why don't you just make it even?
Yeah, no, I feel like it should be a
50-50.
50-50. Just fucking pick. John and I are taking Chiefs -2 because I have Chiefs in the Super Bowl, so I gotta say it's true to that. Belichick Guru, who you got?
Okay, so we're all picked the same so far?
Yeah, but remind you, this doesn't. No, I have Niners minus. I have Niners
you got
+6,
the Niners.
and I have Rams +3.
That's right. So we got two different.
Two different, one the same. But remind you, ladies and gentlemen at home, these picks don't matter. I'm already the guru.
He is the regular season guru. You are, but we reset the clock in the playoffs.
But that doesn't matter. Time the fuck out here. The picks don't matter. Listen here, we're definitely doing, like we said last week, we're definitely doing a little side thing, just to see. But playoffs don't matter.
We're going to see who wins the playoff matchup.
Yeah, we'll see that. But the difference in...
we're not going to take away your thunder.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm used to being in the playoffs.
Oh, I thought you were trying to take away Thunder, saying he's the off-season, regular season, but right now...
No.
Okay.
We're just going to do it for fun.
No, okay, that's good with me then. Continue.
Yeah, just for the fact that I'm used to being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But not this year.
Well, you were, but got your ass handed to you.
Well, we were this year. Yeah, that's right. We did win. Yeah, we won one. God damn, I keep forgetting. You want to know why?
Hypothermia fuck you up?
No, well, you know what? It could be. I could get a brain freeze. I never recovered from that thing. But, you look at it, we're just so used to going until all of a sudden, we're flying down south to that fucking Super Bowl that we, once you lose one, it's like, oh wait, were we even there?
So who you got?
Bills, Chiefs. It's at home. I'm going with this home team.
You want the
Except
Chiefs?
for the Titans. I'm going to go all home teams. Give me Chiefs -2. I'll lay the points.
So there you have
that
it,
guy's got a
and
good
gentlemen.
arm over there.
Both do.
Problem is, it'll probably take $1 billion to come have him play up for me.
You should. Give him the
I'll
check.
talk to Robbie.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Before we head off here, though, it has come to my attention. On February 7th, 2021, the day of the Super Bowl, this was after the Super Bowl was completed.
2022, you mean?
No, 2021. We're not even in February yet. This is a tweet from last year that I made.
Oh, last year's tweet.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And remind you, this was before the Matthew Stafford stuff. This was before, free agency really dove in. This was immediately after the Super Bowl last year, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Belichick, can you just read this? Remind you, from February 7th, 2021. Can you just read that for the people? I did this. I tweeted this.
The Rams will beat the Buffalo Bills 37-31 in Super Bowl 56.
And listen here, it's Super Bowl 56 this year. And don't get me wrong, I got Chiefs versus Rams in my prediction with the bracket. But all I'm saying is...
Well, that was my next question. Why are you picking the Chiefs?
Chiefs are a different thing this year.
You might have just fucking rubbed some bad mojo on that tweet.
Hey, at the end of the tweet just resurfaced me recently. I forgot I even made such a tweet.
But that's true. I like that. Let's see if it holds true.
I wanted to bring it up here. Now, I will say... Hypothetically, let's say that tweet happens, but Rams beat the Bills, but it's not 30. I think the 37-31. That's where I fucked it up on the grand old prediction. Go listen here. I will say I picked the Chiefs in the bracket because the Chiefs are different in the playoffs. The AFC, no matter what, runs through Arrowhead.
You're right. That's why they're at home against the Bills and not up in Buffalo where it's fucking cold.
Exactly. So now, ladies and gentlemen, that is the episode 18. Bill Belichick. Thank you for coming on.
It's been a pleasure.
Hopefully we'll have you back soon. Of course. Have a good off season. Didn't mean to...
unless I'm in the playoffs still, then, we might not be here, but I figured I'd take the time to come on the show.
I respect it. No, thank you for that. I appreciate
listen
it.
To you tell us about how we got our ass kicked that I already know, Captain Obvious.
That's episode 18, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, we'll be back. Championship round. Huge round. Huge. Next 2 games next week.
Hold on. Yeah, Matt. Stafford or Patricia? Oh, what's up, Pat? Yeah, no, we ain't hiring up here.
Matt Patricia does work for the Patriots, though. He does. So maybe that hypothermia is kind of kicking you in the ass.
God, I forgot again. Maybe I do still have that brain freeze from Buffalo. What's going on?
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the episode. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification button. Tell your mom's mom. You know the fucking drill about it. Like I said, we'll be back next week.
Subscribe, bang the button, all that stuff.
Peace. Go buy a bagel from your local bread shop. There we go. That's the wise words of the day.
I like that. I'm hungry.
Thank you.
All right. So long.
Peace.